Rumors are beginning to circulate across the NBA landscape that the Los Angeles Lakers might already be looking beyond their current options at the center position. While Deandre Ayton was expected to stabilize the paint and bring consistency to the roster, recent performances have sparked growing doubt inside and outside the organization. According to multiple insiders, including Jake Fisher from Bleacher Report, the Lakers front office may view Ayton as a short-term fix rather than the future of the franchise. The conversation around Los Angeles has now shifted toward the 2026 free agent market, where one name is generating particular excitement. Walker Kessler, the Utah Jazz's young defensive anchor, whose growth has caught the attention of several contending teams, the Lakers included. It took only a few games for the Lakers' experiment with Ayton to come under scrutiny. Fans expected dominance in the paint and instant chemistry with Luka Doncic, but instead, early struggles in rebounding, defensive rotations, and offensive fluidity left many unimpressed. Despite flashes of potential, insiders suggest that Los Angeles is already assessing long-term alternatives. Kessler, a towering and fundamentally sound big man with elite rim protection, represents exactly the kind of player the Lakers could pair with Doncic for years to come. His youth, discipline, and ability to impact both ends of the floor have made him one of the league's most intriguing prospects for future team-building strategies. Jake Fisher's recent comments reinforced this idea. During a Bleacher Report live stream, he stated that rival executives and agents believe the Lakers have not yet found their center of the future. Fisher emphasized that Ayton's underwhelming debut did little to instill confidence within the franchise or the fan base. Deandre Ayton brought a suboptimal performance for his opening debut, he explained, suggesting that the Lakers' search for a lasting solution is far from over. That insight led many to speculate that Los Angeles could already be planning ahead for 2026, the year Kessler will be eligible for restricted free agency. From a financial standpoint, signing Ayton made sense. The Lakers capitalized on his buyout from Portland to secure him at a manageable number on the salary cap, allowing the team to maintain flexibility for future moves. But the front office, led by Rob Pelinka, has always been known for long-term vision. Pelinka's strategy has consistently involved keeping room for potential upgrades, especially when a generational talent becomes available. And if Kessler continues to progress at his current rate, he could easily become one of the most sought-after big men in the 2026 market. His presence could transform the Lakers' defensive identity while providing Doncic with a reliable pick-and-roll partner, something Ayton has yet to deliver consistently. Reports indicate that Kessler's camp is aware of the growing interest. The young center, known for his humility and work ethic, has quietly become a cornerstone for the Jazz. His shot-blocking instincts and rebounding efficiency have drawn comparisons to prime-era rim protectors like Rudy Gobert, though Kessler's offensive touch and spacing potential suggest an even higher ceiling. With the Jazz currently in a rebuilding phase, the possibility of Kessler seeking a new opportunity with a title contender in a major market cannot be dismissed. The Lakers, constantly hunting for the right supporting pieces around Doncic, could be the perfect destination when his contract situation opens up. The Lakers fanbase too seems intrigued by the idea. Social media discussions have exploded with hypothetical lineups featuring Doncic and Kessler, envisioning a dynamic duo capable of controlling the pace and dominating the paint. Analysts argue that Kessler's defensive IQ and discipline would complement Doncic's offensive creativity, forming a balance the Lakers have been missing since the days of Anthony Davis's prime dominance. As whispers grow louder, Los Angeles may see 2026 as the pivotal year to secure a franchise-altering big man who aligns with both the team's system and future timeline. While Ayton's situation is not entirely hopeless, insiders caution that time is running short. The Lakers have a history of moving quickly when they sense that a player is not the right fit. If performances don't improve soon, the franchise could explore trade options or simply allow Ayton's deal to expire, clearing the path for a major move in 2026. Fisher's remarks have therefore been interpreted not as criticism but as an early warning, one that suggests the Lakers are already mapping out their long-term strategy, with Kessler positioned near the top of their wish list. The market for centers is expected to be strong in 2026, with names like Jalen Duren and Walker Kessler leading the conversation. But while Duren offers explosive athleticism, Kessler's blend of size, efficiency, and defensive maturity make him uniquely appealing to a franchise like the Lakers. Sources close to the league believe that Los Angeles could be preparing a multi-year plan to lure him, leveraging their global brand, championship aspirations, and the opportunity to play alongside Doncic on one of the NBA's most-watched stages. In the ever-shifting landscape of the NBA, plans change quickly, and potential targets can rise or fall in value depending on performance and team direction. But as things stand, Walker Kessler has emerged as one of the most logical and exciting long-term solutions for the Lakers' center position. His combination of youth, skill, and defensive dominance represents exactly what Los Angeles has been missing, and what they may soon pursue aggressively when the 2026 free agency window opens. As speculation intensifies around Deandre Ayton's uncertain future in Los Angeles, whispers from within the organization suggest that Rob Pelinka and his front office are not sitting idle. They are already mapping out what insiders call a long-term corrective plan for the center position, one that could culminate in the arrival of Walker Kessler in 2026. The decision-makers in LA reportedly see Kessler as a defensive cornerstone capable of shaping the next decade of Lakers basketball. His combination of size, rim protection, and composure on the court has put him on the team's radar as a top-tier target once his restricted free agency begins. Sources close to the franchise claim that Pelinka and his staff are carefully managing the team's salary flexibility with that future opportunity in mind, even as they navigate the immediate challenges posed by Ayton's inconsistency. Internally, the Lakers are said to be analyzing how Kessler's skill set could integrate with Luka Doncic's playmaking dominance. The vision is clear: Doncic orchestrating the offense, surrounded by shooters, while Kessler anchors the defense and cleans up every mistake near the rim. In theory, this pairing would restore the structural balance that Los Angeles has lacked since Anthony Davis's decline in health and mobility. Kessler's ability to defend without fouling, his discipline in drop coverage, and his instinct for timing blocks would bring a level of defensive reliability that's been missing. Scouts have compared his temperament to that of a young Tim Duncan, calm, unflappable, and efficient, which has only increased his appeal for a franchise seeking long-term stability. For now, the Lakers continue to give Ayton every opportunity to prove himself. But according to reports, the patience of both the coaching staff and the front office has limits. The disappointing debut games, where Ayton struggled to control the boards and looked out of sync with Doncic, have only amplified concerns. Behind closed doors, discussions about alternatives have intensified. While Jalen Duren remains a name of interest, it's Kessler's maturity and defensive intelligence that most intrigue Pelinka. The Lakers, aware of the cyclical nature of NBA roster building, know that great teams are anchored by great centers, and in 2026, they might finally have the chance to acquire one who fits both their culture and competitive ambitions. Financially, the Lakers' plan is strategic. After securing Ayton at a discount following his buyout from Portland, the team avoided overcommitting resources to a player who hasn't proven to be a franchise cornerstone. This move preserved flexibility for future acquisitions, a tactic that could prove crucial when Kessler's contract with Utah nears its end. Analysts expect the Jazz to fight hard to keep him, but history shows that the Lakers' allure, playing under bright lights, alongside superstars in a market built for legends, often sways even the most loyal players. If Kessler continues developing into an elite defender and consistent finisher, he could become one of the most coveted names in free agency, and Los Angeles is expected to be at the front of the line. Around the league, other teams are beginning to take notice of the Lakers' quiet maneuvering. Rival executives have noted that Pelinka's staff has kept an unusually close eye on Utah's development this season, with multiple scouts attending Jazz games in person. While officially those visits are described as routine evaluations, insiders hint that Kessler is the true reason behind the Lakers' frequent presence. The organization understands that preparation is everything. By studying Kessler's tendencies, work ethic, and growth trajectory early, they hope to build an advanced scouting report that could give them an edge once negotiations begin. The buzz around Kessler's potential move to Los Angeles has not gone unnoticed by fans or analysts either. Sports shows and social media debates have erupted with the question, is Kessler the missing piece for the Lakers? Many argue that he embodies the defensive anchor the team has long sought, a reliable force who can protect the rim, dominate the boards, and elevate team defense. His age also plays in his favor. By 2026, Kessler will still be entering his prime, giving the Lakers several years of stability at a position that has become increasingly volatile in recent seasons. The contrast between his steady rise and Ayton's erratic form has made the comparison even starker. Some insiders speculate that the Lakers' long-term interest in Kessler could subtly influence current roster decisions. Depending on how the season unfolds, Los Angeles might even test the trade market to position itself favorably for future signings. While outright tampering rules prevent direct contact with Kessler's camp, NBA insiders suggest that relationships between player agents and team executives are constantly in motion. The Lakers' reputation for forward planning, from their pursuit of LeBron James years in advance to their careful acquisition of Doncic, reflects a pattern of anticipation rather than reaction. Kessler, by all accounts, is the next player to fit that mold. Meanwhile, Utah remains optimistic about retaining their young star, emphasizing his development and role as a franchise cornerstone. Yet the Jazz's rebuilding timeline could clash with Kessler's desire to compete for championships. The Lakers' pitch will likely center around that exact promise. A chance to win now, to play meaningful basketball deep into the postseason, and to do it alongside one of the most creative offensive players of this generation. If Kessler's ambitions align with that vision, 2026 could mark a pivotal crossroads for both his career and the Lakers' future. For now, all eyes remain on Ayton, whose next few months could determine how soon those plans accelerate. The Lakers' leadership insists they still believe in his potential, but behind the scenes, the blueprint for a new era is already taking shape. And at the center of that vision stands Walker Kessler, the name quietly echoing through the halls of the Lakers' training facility as the possible cornerstone of their next great dynasty. As the 2025-26 season unfolds, the narrative around the Los Angeles Lakers is beginning to take shape. Deandre Ayton's arrival, once celebrated as a major frontcourt addition, is now viewed with skepticism. Meanwhile, the organization's focus appears to be quietly shifting toward a player whose name keeps resurfacing in insider discussions. Walker Kessler, the Utah Jazz big man who has become one of the most efficient rim protectors in the league. League insiders suggest that the Lakers view Kessler as the embodiment of the modern center. A player who doesn't need the ball to dominate the game, whose impact is measured in altered shots, defensive discipline, and intelligent positioning. If the Lakers truly envision building around Luka Doncic for the next decade, Kessler may very well be the piece that makes it all work. To understand why Kessler is viewed as such a coveted target, one must look at his rapid development since entering the NBA. Initially overshadowed by flashier names in his draft class, he quickly silenced critics with elite defensive instincts and remarkable composure for his age. In Utah, Kessler has grown into a consistent double-double presence, averaging impressive rebounding numbers and ranking among league leaders in blocked shots. But beyond the stats, what excites the Lakers is his basketball IQ. His ability to read plays before they happen, his discipline in avoiding unnecessary fouls, and his calm demeanor under pressure. Those traits are precisely what Los Angeles has lacked since the days of peak Anthony Davis. Insiders claim that Rob Pelinka and his front office have long admired players who can elevate others through defensive stability. The Lakers' greatest championship runs have always featured dominant interior presences, from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to Shaquille O'Neal and, more recently, Davis. Kessler represents a continuation of that legacy, not through brute strength or showmanship, but through consistency, effort, and intelligence. Sources suggest that Pelinka's scouting team has compiled extensive reports on Kessler's tendencies, particularly his ability to anchor a defense built around switch-heavy schemes. The Lakers envision a system where Doncic orchestrates offense at one end, and Kessler secures every possession at the other. The growing connection between the Lakers and Kessler isn't based solely on performance, though. It's also about timing. The Jazz, while committed to their rebuilding project, face tough decisions regarding salary cap management and player development. With multiple young prospects demanding touches and playing time, Utah could struggle to retain all its core pieces once extensions come due. Kessler's restricted free agency in 2026 might thus open a narrow window of opportunity for the Lakers, a chance to strike when the Jazz are most vulnerable. The franchise has a history of seizing such moments, and insiders believe Pelinka is already planning how to position Los Angeles as an irresistible destination for the young center. Comparisons between Kessler and other defensive greats have become increasingly common. Analysts highlight his impeccable timing, vertical spacing, and ability to switch onto smaller guards without losing effectiveness. Some scouts even describe him as a blend of Rudy Gobert's defensive reach and Brook Lopez's floor awareness, a hybrid center capable of thriving in both traditional and modern systems. For the Lakers, who aim to build around Doncic's unique offensive genius, such versatility is invaluable. The team needs someone who can both anchor the paint and adapt to small ball rotations, and Kessler seems to check every box. The Lakers' interest in Kessler also speaks volumes about their long-term identity. After years of cycling through temporary solutions at center, from Dwight Howard's brief return to the Ayton experiment, the franchise is determined to find stability. Kessler's age, just 25 by 2026, aligns perfectly with the Lakers' plan to extend their competitive window alongside Doncic. Together, the duo could form a 1-2 punch that balances elite offense with disciplined defense, reviving memories of the balanced dominance once seen in the Kobe-Shaq era. Though their skill sets differ entirely, the idea of another iconic partnership driving Lakers' success has energized fans and analysts alike. Of course, acquiring Kessler won't be easy. Utah values him highly, and restricted free agency gives the Jazz the right to match any offer. Yet the Lakers' track record in free agency is undeniable. The combination of global exposure, championship history, and the Los Angeles lifestyle has lured superstars for decades. From LeBron James to Luka Doncic, the Lakers' ability to attract elite talent transcends basketball itself. If Kessler desires to compete at the highest level, deep playoff runs, national spotlight, and consistent contention, the lure of Los Angeles could prove difficult to ignore. Financial experts note that the Lakers are preparing to enter 2026 with one of the league's more flexible cap situations, depending on the decisions made around Ayton and role players. This financial foresight could prove crucial in pursuing Kessler. If Ayton fails to meet expectations, his departure would free up significant resources, allowing the Lakers to make an aggressive offer. Meanwhile, Kessler's value continues to climb, meaning any hesitation could cost the Lakers their chance. Pelinka's front office understands this delicate balance, which is why internal sources claim they've already begun long-term modeling scenarios for potential cap structures that would accommodate Kessler's addition. While it remains purely speculative, the idea of Walker Kessler in a Lakers uniform has captured the imagination of fans and analysts alike. The narrative feels almost inevitable, a rising defensive star joining one of the league's most storied franchises, forming a new era of dominance in Los Angeles. Whether that vision becomes reality will depend on timing, negotiations, and performance. But as of now, one thing is certain: the Lakers' search for their next great center may already have a name, and that name is Walker Kessler. Behind the bright lights of Los Angeles and the constant media noise surrounding Deandre Ayton's struggles, a quiet but strategic plan is unfolding within the Lakers' front office. Sources close to the organization suggest that Rob Pelinka has been crafting a multi-year roadmap aimed at restoring the Lakers' dominance in the Western Conference, and at the heart of this vision lies the potential signing of Walker Kessler in 2026. This plan, insiders claim, is not just about replacing Ayton. It's about redefining the identity of the team for the next generation. The Lakers have always built their dynasties around transformative big men, and in Kessler they believe they've identified the next in line. His discipline, size, and defensive acumen could become the foundation of a roster structured around Luka Doncic's offensive brilliance. The blueprint begins with patience. The Lakers understand that the 2025-26 season is transitional, a year to evaluate Ayton, refine Doncic's fit with the system, and maintain financial flexibility. Internally, Pelinka's staff is said to be monitoring not only Kessler's statistical output but also his habits, conditioning, and leadership growth in Utah. These evaluations go far beyond the box score. Scouts have emphasized Kessler's intangibles: his communication on defense, his response to adversity, and his work ethic during off nights. The Lakers' analytics department has even built simulation models showing how a Doncic-Kessler duo could statistically elevate the team's defensive rating by nearly 10 points, while maintaining elite offensive efficiency. Those numbers have reportedly convinced top executives that Kessler could be the missing link Los Angeles has been searching for. The organization's confidence in this plan stems from lessons learned in the past. After experiencing several short-lived experiments at the center position, the Lakers have come to value long-term consistency over short-term impact. Ayton's flashes of brilliance have not translated into sustained dominance, and frustration has quietly grown among the coaching staff. Reports indicate that head coach Darvin Ham has been lobbying for a defensive anchor capable of controlling the paint without demanding offensive touches. Someone who could embrace a role built on effort and precision. Kessler, known for his humility and self-awareness, fits that description perfectly. Unlike Ayton, who often thrives only when involved offensively, Kessler's value shines even in low-scoring games, where his defensive presence alone shifts the flow of competition. Financially, the Lakers' plan remains both ambitious and calculated. By 2026, several current contracts will expire, including rotational players who were signed primarily for depth. This will open up significant cap room, providing the flexibility needed to pursue Kessler without jeopardizing long-term stability. Pelinka's management style, a blend of aggression and foresight, is being tested once again. Insiders suggest that he is preparing a structure similar to what was used to land Doncic: maintain flexibility, position the franchise as a contender, and strike decisively when the opportunity arises. The Lakers' approach, according to team insiders, is to make Los Angeles an irresistible proposition. A winning culture, a global stage, and the chance to be part of the NBA's most historic franchise. In Utah, whispers about Kessler's future have begun to surface. Though publicly committed to the Jazz, the young center has remained diplomatic when asked about his long-term intentions. Utah's management, aware of his rising value, has expressed plans to offer him a substantial extension before 2026. However, as one Western Conference executive noted, it's hard to compete with the Lakers when they want someone. They have the city, the legacy, and the market power. The Jazz are building a competitive young core, but if their progress stalls, Kessler could be tempted by the prospect of immediate championship contention. For a player as focused and competitive as he is, the chance to play meaningful postseason basketball may outweigh loyalty to a rebuilding project. Fans and media outlets have picked up on the story, fueling speculation across social platforms. Every time Kessler posts a highlight performance, a clutch block, a dominant rebounding night, or a perfect defensive sequence, Lakers fans flood the comments with purple and gold emojis, jokingly calling him future Laker Kessler. While such talk might seem premature, it reflects a growing belief that Los Angeles is once again positioning itself for another era of dominance. Commentators on national shows have echoed that sentiment, noting that pairing Doncic's offensive mastery with Kessler's defensive control could create one of the most balanced duos in the NBA. The chemistry between them, should it happen, could define an entire decade of basketball in Los Angeles. Insiders emphasize that Pelinka's long-term plan extends beyond a single signing. The Lakers' vision for 2026 also includes surrounding Doncic and a potential Kessler acquisition with versatile two-way wings and reliable shooters. The goal is to recreate the kind of balance that made the 2020 championship roster so effective, where every player had a clear role and collective effort outweighed individual agendas. In that model, Kessler would serve as the defensive anchor, allowing Doncic and the offense to operate freely without sacrificing structural integrity. The blueprint even includes potential trade contingencies, ensuring that if Kessler's price rises beyond expectations, Los Angeles could pivot swiftly toward other targets while maintaining competitiveness. Still, the franchise knows that nothing in the NBA is guaranteed. Injuries, market shifts, or sudden breakout players can reshape the landscape overnight. That's why Pelinka's staff has prioritized adaptability in its strategy. The Lakers scouting team continues to track multiple young centers across the league, but sources insist that none have the combination of maturity, defensive timing, and composure that Kessler brings. His presence in their eyes is not just about performance, it's about culture. A quiet leader who leads by example, Kessler represents the kind of professionalism the Lakers want at the core of their next championship run. Whether or not the plan comes to fruition, the intent is clear. The Lakers are preparing for the post-Ayton era with the precision of a chess grandmaster. Every move they make in the coming seasons, every signing, every trade, every cap adjustment, is part of a larger game plan aimed at one goal, bringing Walker Kessler to Los Angeles. And if that happens, 2026 might not just mark the beginning of a new Lakers chapter. As the Lakers continue to evaluate Deandre Ayton's fit with the team, internal discussions suggest that the organization is increasingly focused on how Walker Kessler could reshape their on-court dynamics if acquired in 2026. While Ayton provides size and experience, sources indicate that the Lakers' leadership believes he lacks the defensive instincts and floor-spanning capabilities that Kessler brings. Analysts note that pairing Kessler with Luka Doncic could create a complementary balance. Doncic orchestrates the offense while Kessler anchors the paint, protecting the rim, altering shots, and providing consistent rebounding. Lakers executives reportedly see Kessler not just as a replacement, but as a foundational piece who can elevate both the offense and defense around him. League insiders emphasize that Kessler's defensive versatility is among his most valuable traits. Unlike traditional centers, Kessler can switch onto smaller players without losing effectiveness, a quality that aligns perfectly with the modern NBA's pace and space offenses. Scouts note his ability to read plays, anticipate ball movement, and position himself optimally for blocks and rebounds, creating a ripple effect that improves team defense beyond his own statistics. In Los Angeles' system, this could allow perimeter defenders more freedom, knowing Kessler can protect the rim and contest close shots. His impact on defensive efficiency is projected to be significant, potentially transforming the Lakers into one of the league's elite defensive units almost immediately. Offensively, Kessler's contributions may not be flashy, but they are equally strategic. Sources suggest that he excels at rolling to the basket in pick-and-roll scenarios, setting effective screens, and finishing efficiently near the rim. His presence would force defenses to collapse in the paint, opening space for shooters and playmakers like Austin Reeves or Malik Beasley. Analysts speculate that the combination of Doncic's high IQ playmaking and Kessler's reliable finishing could allow the Lakers to run more dynamic, floor-stretching sets. By controlling tempo and exploiting mismatches, Kessler could serve as a stabilizing force on both ends of the court, giving Los Angeles the type of balance that has eluded them since the peak of Anthony Davis's dominance. Insiders also highlight the importance of leadership and professionalism in evaluating Kessler's potential impact. Beyond measurable skills, Lakers executives are reportedly impressed with his approach to preparation, film study, and locker room presence. His calm demeanor, work ethic, and ability to elevate teammates are traits the Lakers value highly. Sources indicate that Pelinka views cultural fit as critical, especially for players who will be key components of the franchise over multiple seasons. Kessler's history of disciplined play and consistent growth makes him an ideal candidate for a team looking to combine star power with stability and accountability. Financially, the Lakers are expected to approach 2026 with flexibility, allowing them to structure an offer that could entice Kessler without overextending their salary cap. Analysts suggest that if Ayton does not solidify himself as a long-term solution, the team could free up significant resources to pursue Kessler aggressively. This would not only provide Los Angeles with a premier rim protector but also create leverage in shaping the supporting roster, potentially attracting additional free agents who want to play alongside Doncic and a dominant defensive center. The timing aligns perfectly with the Lakers' long-term objectives, maximizing their window of contention while ensuring financial prudence. The potential chemistry between Kessler and Doncic is also a key talking point among coaches and analysts. Both players are known for their high basketball IQ and adaptability, traits that could allow the Lakers to implement more sophisticated offensive and defensive schemes. Sources indicate that coaching staff has already considered rotations that emphasize Kessler's shot blocking and rim protection, allowing perimeter defenders to apply more pressure without compromising safety near the basket. This flexibility could be the missing ingredient that turns the Lakers from a good regular season team into a deep playoff contender capable of challenging the Western Conference elite. While nothing is guaranteed, league insiders emphasize that the Lakers' strategy is deliberate and forward-thinking. Pelinka and his staff are reportedly tracking Kessler's development closely, monitoring every statistical trend, injury report, and conditioning metric to ensure that he remains a viable target. Reports suggest that discussions with agents and potential scouting trips have already been initiated discreetly, preparing the franchise to act quickly once 2026 arrives. In essence, the Lakers appear to be building not just around Doncic, but around a future pairing with Kessler, one that could redefine the team's identity for years to come. Fans and media have begun to speculate about the potential impact of such a duo, with mock lineups circulating online and sports analysts projecting defensive improvements, playoff success, and long-term stability. The idea of Kessler joining Los Angeles has generated excitement not merely because of his individual talent, but because of what he represents: a chance to finally secure a consistent, elite center to complement the team's existing star. If the Lakers' plan succeeds, 2026 may mark the start of a new era, one defined by balance, defensive dominance, and championship aspirations, all anchored by Walker Kessler's arrival. As the 2025-26 season progresses, the Los Angeles Lakers are quietly positioning themselves for one of the most important free agent opportunities in recent history: the potential acquisition of Walker Kessler in 2026. While Deandre Ayton currently occupies the center spot, internal sources indicate that the Lakers are treating his presence as temporary, providing breathing room while they evaluate future options. League insiders suggest that Rob Pelinka and his front office have been closely analyzing Kessler's development, projecting his value in restricted free agency, and planning financial strategies that could make him a viable target. According to multiple reports, the goal is clear: create an attractive package that pairs elite defensive ability with Luka Doncic's offensive prowess. Financial flexibility appears to be at the heart of the Lakers' strategy. By 2026, several key contracts will expire, opening room to offer Kessler a competitive deal without hampering the team's long-term cap situation. Analysts note that if Ayton fails to solidify himself as a core contributor, the Lakers could choose not to extend or retain him, freeing resources to pursue a player who can anchor the franchise for years. Insiders describe the planning as meticulous, involving advanced salary cap modeling and projections for different market scenarios. The Lakers aim to structure a contract that appeals to Kessler while preserving flexibility to address surrounding roster needs. Kessler's skill set aligns closely with what the Lakers consider essential for championship contention. Known for elite rim protection, high basketball IQ, and consistent rebounding, he offers defensive stability that Ayton has not consistently provided. Coaches reportedly believe that pairing Kessler with Doncic could create a new identity for the Lakers, one that balances offensive creativity with defensive reliability. The front office is said to be running detailed simulations demonstrating how Kessler's presence could improve team defensive rating, increase fast break efficiency, and allow perimeter defenders more freedom, a combination that has been missing since Anthony Davis's health struggles. League executives note that Kessler's restricted free agency is a critical factor. Utah holds the right to match offers, but sources indicate that the Lakers plan to build relationships discreetly and position themselves as an ideal destination well in advance. Scouts have been tracking Kessler's progress meticulously, noting improvements in positioning, timing, and finishing around the rim. Analysts suggest that his discipline and adaptability make him not only a defensive asset but a player capable of thriving in Los Angeles's dynamic system. The Lakers appear to value both his statistical impact and his professional maturity, a combination that could accelerate integration into the roster. Timing is another key component of the Lakers' approach. By monitoring Kessler's growth over multiple seasons, Pelinka's team can better understand both his performance trajectory and his market value. Reports indicate that the Lakers are also evaluating how potential competing offers might influence Utah's decision-making process. Strategic patience is emphasized. Rather than rushing, the Lakers aim to enter the 2026 free agent window fully prepared, maximizing both negotiation leverage and roster impact. The goal is to ensure that any move made is transformative rather than merely incremental. From a team-building perspective, the potential addition of Kessler fits into a broader plan. Sources indicate that the Lakers aim to surround him and Doncic with versatile shooters and two-way wings, replicating a balanced approach reminiscent of their 2020 championship roster. The idea is to create a system in which Kessler anchors the defense, Doncic orchestrates the offense, and supporting players complement their strengths. Analysts speculate that such a structure would allow the Lakers to maintain elite performance across all 5 positions, improving both regular season consistency and postseason resilience. Insiders also emphasize the cultural and leadership aspects of Kessler's potential impact. Beyond measurable statistics, his reputation as a professional, calm, and disciplined player aligns with the Lakers' emphasis on character and accountability. Sources suggest that Pelinka and his coaching staff view these traits as equally important as athletic performance, particularly for a player expected to serve as a long-term cornerstone. The belief is that Kessler's influence could extend beyond the court, shaping team culture and mentoring younger players, establishing a stable foundation for sustained success. Fan speculation has mirrored internal interest, with mock lineups imagining Kessler in purple and gold alongside Doncic and key role players. Media narratives are increasingly framing Kessler as the next significant move for the Lakers front office, and analysts project substantial improvements in defensive metrics and playoff potential if the signing occurs. The combination of his youth, skill set, and compatibility with Doncic makes Kessler one of the most appealing restricted free agent targets in the league, potentially redefining the Lakers' trajectory for the latter half of the decade. Ultimately, the Lakers' approach to 2026 free agency is a calculated blend of scouting, financial planning, and strategic patience. By maintaining flexibility, closely tracking Kessler's progress, and aligning their offer with both competitive and cultural priorities, Los Angeles appears poised to make a decisive move. While Ayton remains the current starter, internal strategy points toward Kessler as the player capable of transforming the Lakers' center position, establishing defensive dominance, and forming a complementary partnership with Luka Doncic that could define a new era for the franchise. As internal evaluations of Deandre Ayton continue, coaching staff sources indicate that the Los Angeles Lakers are increasingly focused on how Walker Kessler could transform the team's on-court strategy if acquired in 2026. Head coach Darvin Ham and his assistants are reportedly envisioning rotations where Kessler serves as the defensive anchor, allowing perimeter defenders more freedom and enabling Luka Doncic to operate with maximum efficiency. Analysts highlight Kessler's unique combination of timing, anticipation, and rim protection as factors that could fundamentally alter the Lakers' defensive identity. By controlling paint space and reducing easy scoring opportunities for opponents, Kessler could allow the team to implement a more aggressive perimeter scheme, pressuring ball handlers while remaining confident in rim coverage. Sources close to the coaching staff suggest that Kessler's presence would enable a variety of tactical adjustments. Pick-and-roll defense could be executed more aggressively, with Kessler providing a reliable safety net for potential breakdowns. Rotations on weak-side blocks and help defense could also be optimized, allowing the Lakers to switch smaller players onto wings without sacrificing interior protection. These changes are seen as crucial for maximizing the team's competitive potential, particularly in high-stakes playoff matchups where defensive execution often determines outcomes. Internal projections suggest that adding Kessler could improve the Lakers' defensive rating by 8 to 10 points per 100 possessions, a statistically significant shift that would place them among the league's elite. From an offensive perspective, Kessler is expected to provide additional spacing and efficiency. While he is not a primary scorer, his ability to finish roles, secure offensive rebounds, and set solid screens would create opportunities for shooters and playmakers. Sources indicate that coaches have already run simulations showing how pick-and-roll combinations with Doncic could become significantly more effective with a rim-protecting center in place. By forcing defenses to collapse inside, Kessler would open lanes for cuts and perimeter shots, enhancing overall offensive fluidity. Analysts speculate that this dual impact on offense and defense could make him one of the most valuable additions in recent Lakers history. Coaching staff also emphasizes Kessler's temperament as a key factor. His calm, professional demeanor is reportedly a perfect cultural fit for a team seeking long-term stability. Unlike other young centers who may rely on athleticism alone, Kessler's intelligent approach to positioning, decision-making, and leadership aligns with the Lakers' philosophy of building a disciplined, high-IQ roster. Sources indicate that the staff views him not only as a skill upgrade but as a player capable of setting the tone for younger teammates and maintaining focus during high-pressure moments. This cultural impact is seen as equally important as his on-court performance. Scouting insights reinforce these coaching perspectives. Analysts note that Kessler's defensive instincts allow him to anticipate opponent movements, recover quickly from rotations, and avoid unnecessary fouls. His ability to contest shots without sacrificing positioning has drawn comparisons to elite defensive centers of previous eras. Lakers staff reportedly believes that integrating him would elevate every defensive metric, including opponent field goal percentage in the paint, contested shots, and defensive rebounds per possession. Such improvements could be transformative in playoff scenarios, where every possession carries heightened importance. Additionally, internal reports suggest that Kessler's adaptability is critical. Coaches have indicated that he could thrive in multiple defensive schemes, including switch-heavy lineups and drop coverage. This versatility is particularly valuable in the modern NBA, where offenses often prioritize spacing and pace. Analysts suggest that Kessler's ability to anchor both traditional and unconventional schemes makes him a rare commodity, capable of complementing Doncic's creative offensive style while providing structural stability on defense. His skill set allows for experimentation without compromising team cohesion. Finally, coaching sources highlight the strategic timing of targeting Kessler in 2026. By carefully monitoring his development and maintaining salary flexibility, the Lakers hope to enter free agency with both leverage and readiness. Internal evaluations indicate that Kessler's combination of defensive skill, basketball IQ, and temperament would allow for immediate integration, minimizing the adjustment period typically required for high-profile acquisitions. In essence, the Lakers' coaching perspective envisions Kessler not just as a player, but as a pivotal piece capable of redefining team identity, restoring defensive dominance, and complementing Luka Doncic's offense in a way that could sustain success for years. As the 2025-26 season advances, the Los Angeles Lakers front office is reportedly executing meticulous planning to position themselves as the top destination for Walker Kessler once he reaches restricted free agency in 2026. Sources close to the organization suggest that Rob Pelinka and his team are combining scouting, salary cap management, and strategic communications to ensure the Lakers can present the most attractive offer while maintaining roster flexibility. Analysts emphasize that the Lakers' ability to balance financial foresight with competitive ambition could be the deciding factor in acquiring Kessler, who is increasingly regarded as one of the most coveted centers in the league. Salary cap strategy appears central to the Lakers' plan. With multiple role players' contracts expiring, the team is preparing to create maximum room to offer Kessler a competitive deal without compromising other roster priorities. Front office insiders suggest that Ayton's performance and contract situation are under constant evaluation, with scenarios being modeled for his retention, buyout, or transition. The objective is to maximize financial flexibility while keeping the Lakers positioned as legitimate championship contenders. Analysts note that this proactive approach demonstrates a shift from reactive roster management to long-term, strategic planning centered around core acquisitions like Kessler. Pelinka's office is also reportedly monitoring league trends and Utah's projected plans for Kessler's contract. Sources indicate that they have studied potential offer sheets and market projections, allowing Los Angeles to anticipate the Jazz's likely moves. The Lakers' strategy includes early relationship building with Kessler's representatives, emphasizing Los Angeles's championship potential, market appeal, and developmental environment. Experts suggest that the combination of competitive opportunity and cultural fit could tip the scales in the Lakers' favor, especially when compared to other franchises with restricted cap flexibility or less immediate playoff potential. In terms of roster construction, internal simulations highlight Kessler's complementary fit alongside Luka Doncic and the team's perimeter wings. Analysts have projected how his defensive impact could allow for more aggressive rotations, improved pick-and-roll efficiency, and increased fast-break scoring opportunities. Sources suggest that Pelinka is using these models to justify Kessler's projected value to both the front office and ownership. The calculations reportedly include cap projections, luxury tax implications, and contingency plans in case Ayton's performance changes the team's strategic outlook. Such foresight is intended to prevent missed opportunities and ensure Los Angeles can act decisively when free agency opens. League insiders also point out that timing will be crucial. The restricted free agency system allows Utah to match any offer, but the Lakers' preparatory measures could create pressure on the Jazz to make concessions. Reports indicate that the Lakers' front office is considering various structures, including backloaded contracts, performance incentives, and non-traditional guarantees, to craft a proposal that maximizes appeal while minimizing long-term financial risk. Analysts view this as a reflection of Pelinka's experience navigating complex negotiations and leveraging organizational reputation to acquire elite talent. The Lakers are reportedly aligning internal messaging to reinforce Kessler's potential role. Sources close to the organization suggest that coaching staff, analytics teams, and player development personnel are collaborating to create a narrative that frames Los Angeles as the ideal landing spot. This narrative emphasizes championship contention, developmental support, and a winning culture, designed to resonate with Kessler and his representatives. By demonstrating both opportunity and structure, the Lakers aim to differentiate themselves from other franchises that might offer competitive salaries but lack championship credibility. Additionally, scouts and executives emphasize that Kessler's personality and professional demeanor are critical to the Lakers' interest. His calm, disciplined approach aligns with Los Angeles's organizational culture, reducing the risks typically associated with young, high-potential centers. Analysts note that the combination of temperament, skill set, and age makes him uniquely attractive, a player who could immediately integrate into the rotation and positively influence team culture. Front office sources suggest that this alignment of values and strategy is a key reason why Kessler is a central target, not merely an optional upgrade. Finally, observers note that the Lakers' front office strategy for 2026 extends beyond a single signing. By planning for Kessler early, the team can shape surrounding acquisitions, optimize role player rotations, and maintain championship viability while avoiding reactive, short-term moves. Analysts argue that if executed properly, this proactive approach could not only secure Kessler but also establish a long-term foundation for sustained success. The combination of financial planning, cultural alignment, and strategic foresight suggests that the Lakers are preparing to make a decisive move, potentially redefining their center position for years to come. As the Lakers quietly prepare for the 2026 free agency window, internal and external analyses increasingly highlight the transformative potential of Walker Kessler joining Los Angeles. Sources close to the organization suggest that his combination of defensive prowess, rebounding, and basketball IQ could immediately redefine the team's identity. Analysts emphasize that Kessler's presence would allow Luka Doncic to operate with greater freedom on offense, knowing that rim protection and interior control are assured. From a strategic standpoint, this pairing could create one of the most balanced duos in the NBA, with Kessler anchoring the defense while Doncic orchestrates scoring opportunities. Defensively, Kessler's impact is projected to be substantial. His ability to contest shots, switch effectively onto smaller players, and control the paint could improve the Lakers' defensive rating significantly. League sources suggest that his presence would allow for more aggressive perimeter schemes, with wing defenders applying pressure while trusting Kessler to cover rotations. Analysts note that this would also reduce opponents' high percentage shots near the rim, increasing forced turnovers and transition opportunities. Such defensive upgrades are critical in playoff scenarios, where marginal improvements often determine outcomes. Internal simulations reportedly predict an 8 to 12-point improvement in defensive efficiency with Kessler in the lineup, a number that would place the Lakers among the league's elite. Offensively, Kessler may not be the focal point, but his contributions are strategic. By effectively rolling to the basket, setting strong screens, and securing offensive rebounds, he creates space for shooters and cutters alike. Analysts highlight that pick-and-roll sequences with Doncic could become markedly more efficient, as Kessler's timing and positioning force defenses to collapse inside. This creates open lanes for shooters and opportunities for high IQ decision-making by Doncic, improving the team's overall offensive flow. Sources suggest that coaches have already considered schemes that maximize Kessler's abilities while maintaining offensive spacing, projecting a seamless integration into the Lakers' existing system. The cultural and leadership impact of Kessler is equally significant. Sources indicate that the Lakers value his professionalism, calm demeanor, and work ethic, traits that align with the organization's focus on long-term stability. By setting a standard in the locker room, Kessler could influence younger players and maintain cohesion during high-pressure stretches. Analysts note that having a center with such maturity allows the coaching staff to focus on broader strategic adjustments, knowing that Kessler provides reliable on-court leadership. This combination of talent and temperament could accelerate the Lakers' competitive window, ensuring that peak performance aligns with Doncic's prime years. Fan anticipation surrounding the potential acquisition is growing. Social media discussions and mock lineups often highlight the hypothetical pairing of Doncic and Kessler, projecting both playoff dominance and sustained competitiveness. Media outlets echo these projections, emphasizing that Kessler's skill set complements Los Angeles's current roster needs. Analysts argue that acquiring Kessler could solidify the center position for the next decade, eliminating the uncertainty that has plagued the Lakers since the Anthony Davis era. By addressing both offensive spacing and defensive integrity, Kessler's arrival could mark the beginning of a new organizational identity. Strategically, the Lakers' front office sees Kessler as more than just a player. He is a cornerstone. Internal sources indicate that his acquisition would allow for precise roster construction, surrounding him and Doncic with complementary wings and shooters capable of executing modern NBA systems. The combination of elite defense, floor spacing, and professional maturity positions Kessler as a rare talent whose impact extends beyond individual statistics. Analysts predict that his presence would enhance team efficiency, playoff resilience, and championship probability, making him a transformative acquisition. Finally, league insiders highlight timing and preparedness as critical factors. By maintaining salary flexibility, scouting diligence, and strategic foresight, the Lakers position themselves to act decisively in 2026. While Ayton currently fills the center role, internal strategy emphasizes readiness for Kessler's potential entry into free agency. Analysts suggest that this proactive approach, blending financial prudence with competitive ambition, could allow Los Angeles to secure a player capable of defining the next era of Lakers basketball. Should Kessler join the team, the impact would likely be immediate and profound, reshaping both the identity and long-term trajectory of the franchise. As the 2026 free agency window approaches, the Los Angeles Lakers are reportedly preparing for a potential paradigm shift: the acquisition of Walker Kessler to anchor the center position alongside Luka Doncic. Sources close to the organization suggest that this move represents more than a tactical upgrade. It is a strategic effort to redefine the Lakers' identity for the coming decade. Analysts note that Kessler's combination of defensive instincts, rebounding, basketball IQ, and professional maturity addresses both immediate and long-term needs, providing Los Angeles with the type of stability that has been elusive since the post-Anthony Davis era. Financially, the Lakers are positioned to maximize flexibility while offering Kessler a competitive contract. Expiring deals and careful cap management have created an environment in which the franchise can pursue a restricted free agent centerpiece without compromising other roster priorities. Reports indicate that Pelinka and his team have conducted extensive modeling to anticipate Utah's potential responses, structuring their offer to balance appeal, risk mitigation, and long-term planning. Analysts suggest that this proactive financial and strategic approach may prove decisive in persuading Kessler to join the Lakers, providing both championship opportunity and organizational stability. On the court, Kessler's impact could be transformative. Sources indicate that coaches envision rotations where he serves as a defensive anchor, allowing perimeter defenders to apply more pressure and enabling Luka Doncic to orchestrate offense without constraint. Analysts project improvements in key metrics including opponent field goal percentage in the paint, defensive rebounding, and contested shots, with internal simulations suggesting an 8 to 12-point improvement in defensive efficiency per 100 possessions. Offensively, Kessler's roll game, screen setting, and offensive rebounding are expected to create additional space for shooters and facilitate high IQ decision-making from Doncic, enhancing team fluidity and efficiency. Cultural impact is also central to the Lakers' vision. Kessler is recognized for his professionalism, leadership, and calm demeanor, traits that align with the franchise's long-term stability goals. Sources close to the coaching staff emphasize that his presence would establish a standard for younger players, reinforcing a culture of discipline and accountability. Analysts note that such an environment not only enhances on-court performance but also strengthens roster cohesion during high-pressure playoff situations, providing a foundation for sustainable success. From a strategic perspective, acquiring Kessler allows the Lakers to construct a roster optimized around complementary pieces. Sources suggest that the front office is evaluating wings, shooters, and role players capable of integrating seamlessly with the Doncic-Kessler core. Analysts argue that this approach replicates the balance of Los Angeles' 2020 championship team. Elite defense anchored by a dominant big, versatile wings, and efficient floor spacing. The goal is to maximize both regular season performance and postseason resilience, creating a competitive window capable of spanning multiple seasons. League insiders highlight the timing of the acquisition as critical. By preparing early and maintaining financial and strategic flexibility, the Lakers aim to enter free agency with leverage and readiness. Reports indicate that scouts and executives are continuously monitoring Kessler's development, tracking his performance metrics, conditioning, and leadership growth. This diligence ensures that Los Angeles can act decisively once free agency opens, positioning themselves as the optimal landing spot for a player of Kessler's caliber. Fan and media speculation have also intensified. Social platforms feature mock lineups pairing Doncic and Kessler, projecting defensive dominance, playoff readiness, and long-term competitiveness. Analysts note that such a duo addresses both sides of the ball, combining elite offensive orchestration with rim protection and paint control. The potential impact extends beyond statistics. Kessler represents the next era of Lakers basketball, a player capable of defining the center position while elevating the team's overall identity. Ultimately, the Lakers' pursuit of Walker Kessler in 2026 is a reflection of deliberate planning, strategic foresight, and organizational ambition. By combining scouting insight, coaching strategy, financial flexibility, and cultural alignment, the franchise positions itself to secure a player capable of immediate and sustained impact. If successful, this move could redefine the Lakers' trajectory for the next decade, establishing a championship contending core anchored by Luka Doncic's offensive brilliance and Kessler's defensive dominance. The vision is clear. A new era in Los Angeles, built on balance, preparation, and transformative talent.